Have you ever tutored before? Maybe you tutored at the library or drove to people's houses. You enjoyed the time that you spent with these kids, so you began thinking about new ways to get students. But you seem to be limited to your zip code and other zip codes within driving distance. With this old model, you guys, would there really be a need to have a business plan? Not really. I mean, if you are only tutoring a few kids, it's more like a hobby anyway. But the online world has completely turned the tutoring business into a career option for people, and more tutors are ditching the middleman to make more money. So today, we need to stop running our tutoring business like a hobby and start treating it like a business. You are a solopreneur, a tutorpreneur, an entrepreneur. Whatever you want to call it, you are it. And today, we're going to take a look at what is really needed in a business plan and cut out the junk that doesn't serve us. We're going to explore why some people don't create a business plan and why you shouldn't be like these people. Then we're going to take a look at how often should we revise our business plan and make this a habitual tool that we use on an ongoing basis. And this is habit number 2 of growing a successful online tutoring business. Hey there, my name's Joanne Kaminski, and I am the online tutor business coach, helping you get found, hired, and referred. Now, in last week's episode, you saw habit number 1 in this series, how to organize your calendar and get serious about your online tutoring business. I shared a simple trick to use to create more time and be efficient with your time in your tutoring business. So click the link at the end of this video so that you can see it. If this kind of content intrigues you as a person thinking of starting an online tutoring business or getting more students, then please hit like, subscribe, and that little bell. And if you have any questions at any point, please leave them in the comments. Or if you would like to comment on how this content is helping you, please do. This is like my tip jar. I mean, the more comments, the more YouTube sees this as helpful content and the more they show it. Now, when I got started with my tutoring business, I knew the old model of driving to people's houses and meeting them at libraries was not a good use of my time. I mean, any drive time meant that I wouldn't be able to work with students. Drive time took time away from my family, and it decreased my chances of making the amount of money that I knew that I could make. So when I started to start this as a business, I knew that I needed to do it either in my home or online. I was never against people coming to my home, but I made a promise to myself that I would never drive to theirs or meet them someplace. Now, I had done this in the past, and while the student really didn't live that far, he was only 10 minutes away, that was 20 minutes that I would never be able to fill creating money. And I began researching how to set up a legit business, and everything that I read said that I needed to create a business plan. But I had no idea how to do that. I mean, there were all these big fancy words that I didn't understand. And then I had to research how to fill them out effectively. I had to understand the difference between a vision and a mission. And there were other things that I didn't really seem to be needed for my online tutoring business. Now, most people create a business plan so that they can get loans from banks. Now, if a bank is to consider giving you money, then you need to have this in place so that they can check if you are on the right track with your idea and determine if you have a viable business idea that they are willing to invest in. Most of us don't need any money from a bank to get started, which is why many tutors don't even think of creating one. They simply start thinking, okay, how do I advertise my business? How do I get students? Or they think of how they can teach online and what resources they need. I mean, let's see, tutors are teachers by nature, right? Which means we don't think about running a tutoring business as a business. We just kind of think of it more like a lesson plan. Like, what am I going to teach? How will I teach it? And oh, by the way, I wonder where I am going to get students. So, do you absolutely need a business plan? No, not necessarily. But if you want to be considered as a business by the IRS and write off all of your expenses and be treated like a business, and you get audited without a business plan, you could be deemed as a hobby and not a business and owe a ton of money to the government. Now, I personally would like to bypass this and just put a business plan in place. However, since I left the classroom, I have made a promise to myself that I will no longer spend time in unnecessary activities. For example, I used to lesson plan for my administrators, not for myself. I had to fill out a ton of information that didn't really inform my teaching and get better results for my students, right? Well, I don't want my business plan to be like this. I want it to be something that is going to be useful for me, something that's going to guide me to make the right decisions and help me spend time doing the things that I really need to do. Now, when I looked up online what should be included in a business plan, I immediately get these words: executive summary, company description, products and services, market analysis, strategy and implementation, organization and management team, financial plan and projections. Again, these are terms for a bank. They are not something that is going to be a living, breathing document that you can use to guide you in your business. So let's take the junk and get to the important stuff. We're going to take the junk out. Now, I've created the one-page business plan to guide you in the most important things to think about. I've created a free download for you to print off your very own copy. So just click on the link in the description under links mentioned in this video. It's going to take you to a page where you can get your very own copy. You're going to fill out the information on where I should send it. Then you need to go to your email inbox, select that you want to receive the one-page business plan, and then it will be delivered to you within seconds. So let's take a look at this plan and what to include. So here's our one-page business plan. We've got our keywords here. So keywords are really important for when you are creating content and being able to figure out exactly words you are going to be targeting. For example, it might be online math. However, if you actually did the keyword research on that, you would see that there's so many terms on that, you'll never get found for it. So you have to do your research, and I have done another video where I show you how to find the keywords. I'll put the link in the description so that you can access that and learn more about keywords. Next is the financial goal. How much money do you want to be able to make? Now, be careful on here. I don't want you to put a number that is like the absolute number that is going to help you reach your goal, right? I want you to put a number in here that is bigger than the amount of money that you absolutely need to make to be able to leave your job. Marketing tools. You want to be able to take a look at, okay, what are the things that I am going to do in the online world to market my services and the offline world to market my services? So online, maybe it's blogging, maybe it's your email list. Offline, maybe it's creating flyers or bandit signs or other things. And lots of videos inside this channel talk about all of the ways that you can market. This business plan gives you a place where you can start really thinking about which ones am I going to utilize to be able to market my business. We just did one about Craigslist marketing that was phenomenal from Rom JB. If you haven't seen that one on how to actually write your Craigslist ads so that people will call you, that is a great one to be taking a look at. It might be something that'll work for you. So you can watch a video and then you can add that onto your list. And next are the resources that are needed. Like, what resources do I need to purchase? Maybe it is a website host. Maybe it's something like Wix, or maybe I need to learn about a certain topic, and so I can put down anything that I need in order to learn that there. Maybe it's I want to join the Insider Secrets Club, and so I want to put that there and want to come up with a plan so that I can join and I can be able to grow my business faster and further. Whatever the resources are, you get to list them there. And then I have my learning list, because we always need to be learning. We're going to be talking about that next week. Well, what do I need to be learning, right? Like, what are the specific things I need to learn? What are the books I need? What are the videos I need? What's the information that I'm going to gain if I, start joining the Insider Secrets Club? You can put your learning list every week inside of here. So lots of tutors will end up, who start joining our community, they know that they need to build a website. And so they go to the Websites That Win course. So that would go right on here in the learning list. Website That Wins course. Let's take a look at that. And then the top 10 actions. This is to guide you each week. So this is like, what are the actual steps I'm going to take this week to be able to reach my goals of growing my business? And then, now this I just learned in a book, that you need to, on your business plan, to be considered a business, you need to have a 5-year vision. So where do you see your business going in the next 5 years? This vision, you're going to be able just to type on in here. You're not going to need to change this, right? Your keywords, you may not need to change that. Your financial goal, you may not need to change that. But here's something that I have done, so this can be a living, breathing document you use and not a time waster for you, okay? I have actually put this into a sleeve, and I use a dry erase marker so that I can continue to keep track of this information on a daily basis. And this helps me then to stay focused on that goal, to keep taking the actions that I want to be able to take, and to then get and reap the results that I want to be able to get. So now that you've seen what to include on your business plan, I want you to think about how often you should use it. I've personally created this document so that you can either save it on your desktop, use it weekly, or, like I mentioned, put it in a sleeve, use the dry erase marker, right? You can keep it on your desk, that you always know exactly what to work on. When you have those moments where you're like, what should I work on right now? You can glance on that and you've got ideas on what actions you should be taking, how you should be marketing. And you can keep that continual list of resources that you need and the learning list that you have, so that you can run your business in the most efficient manner. Now you're going to choose what fits your style, and always have a plan in place that will keep your business moving forward. Now, next week, we are going to be talking about the importance of the ABCs. And no, this is not that thing you learned when you were in preschool. It actually stands for this idea of always be learning. There's so much to learn in the beginning, and it doesn't end when you are even 3 years or 10 years in. There are always things to be learning. I'm going to share what should be the focus at each stage of your business so that you can get the right content at the right time.